All right, good afternoon or good morning, everybody. Here, meteorologist Damon Matson on this Monday with meteorologist Scott Sumner. We have been talking for the last few days about the potential of severe weather today, and here we are already underway with some of these severe storms. We have our first tornado warning of the day. This is down across parts of northern Virginia, stretching from Rappahannock County back up into parts of Fauquier County up toward the I-66 corridor. And Scott circled this right here is where we potentially have a little bit of rotation that prompted this tornado warning that was just put into effect. This warning goes until 11 a.m. and right now that area of rotation, it just moved out of Little Washington and it's riding along the Route 522 corridor between Huntley and Flint Hills. So we have that active warning right now for parts of Rappahannock and Fauquier counties with this line of thunderstorms that is pushing its way back up into portions of Virginia. So there's that active tornado warning. Again, Scott put this into motion for us, and it's making its way up toward the I-66 corridor, Route 17 as well, basically between Warrenton and Delaplane. So there's that track we just put on it here. Again, active tornado warning, and it's tracking its way toward the Plains by 11:02 a.m., Upperville by 11:04, Middleburg by 11:08. So again, those are some of the areas that could potentially be impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm. Again, this is radar indicated. We do not have any indication that a tornado is for sure on the ground, but nonetheless, you want to seek shelter immediately if you can right now with this line of thunderstorms that is moving into northern Fauquier County, and it's booking it, folks. This storm is moving at 64 miles an hour to the north and east. So again, you're only going to have a few minutes to potentially get into that safe place in your house. Scott, I'm not sure if you're noticing anything else here with this, but this batch of thunderstorms, it came together rather rapidly here just within the last hour.
It absolutely did, Damon. As a matter of fact, it came out of the blue because just about an hour ago there was nothing down in that area. And as you said, it's been racing off towards the north and the east at somewhere between 50 and 60, 65 miles an hour is a general range. Now, let's put on the future tracker here, and I'll show you nothing new yet out of the Weather Service because I've been checking that with that statement that's come out. But we're going to widen out the view just a little bit and take off all that information and get rid of the lightning just for the moment. And we'll actually put this into, like I said, futurecast mode. So this is going to take us out 2 hours, and you can see where that cell goes. So as we widen out a little bit more, you can see that that cell, which is over by that Front Royal area and to the east of it, racing up through the Cumberland Valley between now and looks like a little after 12, 2 hours, and racing right into PA. So in between Hagerstown and Frederick, impacting Highway 70, this is the area that this storm is headed here over the next couple of hours. But I do want to go back to, again, the reflectivity and show you where it is currently. And let's just put a little stop on that. Zoom on down once again. It initially started out as a severe thunderstorm warning, which is also surrounding the tornado warned area. And that severe thunderstorm warning goes to 11:15. But again, this box here with certain cities like to do the hyper local, Damon, right? As we go through the
100%,
area.
yeah.
And you can see what we have here. We've got a tremendous amount of rain. We also have a tremendous amount of lightning associated with this too.
Yeah, exactly. And this is one part of a batch of thunderstorms, like Scott said, that was initially and still is severe thunderstorm warned. So if you go across the rest of northern Virginia there for a while, you definitely have that severe thunderstorm aspect, the frequent lightning, the heavy rainfall, still some damaging wind gusts, potentially up to 60 miles an hour. It's this section of the line that we have that possibility of a tornado, as the rotation detector is picking up on that, those little hints of green that you can see there between Massanova, Clark's Corner, and Vernon Mills. That's where we could potentially have some of that rotation going on. Scott, I'm not sure if we could drop those lightning strikes really quick to show a few more of those towns. But again, there is where we could have some of that possible rotation on the northern edge of this cell. And there you go. It's picking up a little bit just south of Hume right now. So if you know anybody in the Hume area, if you are close to Hume, over near Vernon Mills, Ada, and along some of these roadways, that area of rotation rotation is sitting right off of Kaiser Road, moving up toward, I believe that's Wainwright Road as well, and then Leeds Manor Road is where we have that area of rotation. This is a little bit more of a rural area, but we do have these small towns mixed in between the hills there in Northern Virginia. And again, this is making its way up toward Hume. That's where this possible area of rotation is making its path. So again, this tornado warning, it extends all the way up past the I-66 corridor. You have Delaplane, you have Asheville, you have Marshall in this tornado warning. The Plains right on the very edge of this warning as well. This is where we could have that cross the I-66 corridor with that potential area of rotation. But regardless, this is also a severe thunderstorm. It's packing 60+ mile-per-hour winds, that torrential rainfall, and also likely some hail. Here is that track Scott just put on there for us. This storm will be rapidly moving into Upperville within the next 5 minutes. The Plains, it'll be arriving by 10:57 within the next 12 minutes. And then you're talking Philemont and Middleburg getting up into Loudoun County, right up along the Route 50 corridor. That's where this storm is going to head next. So again, anybody in its path, you want to be taking that shelter as quickly as you possibly can. Scott, what do you got?
Okay, the tornado warning for northwestern Culpeper County has been canceled.
Okay.
So that's good news there, but they still are holding into effect for until 11 o'clock for northeastern Rappahannock and northwestern Fauquier counties, okay, and that goes to 11 o'clock, so we still have those in play, but at least a tornado warning has been dropped for northwestern Culpeper County, so that's some good news there. Let's see if there's anything else new coming out of the Weather Service as they start to chop away. I mean, it is racing off to the north and the east very rapidly, as we've been talking about here. So it doesn't surprise me that this will be now headed and have its eyes set for places like Middleburg, over by Leesburg. Now we're looking further down the line into Loudoun County here, Damon, Brambleton and Ashburn. And so this is the area now, south of US 50 to the west of US 15 and to the south of Highway 7. And again, this is all going to be moving through. I'm going to put this elapse on here for the last 30 minutes. And you can see how much, I'm widening out a little bit, you can see how much real estate this storm has covered. And let me put a distance on. And again, I've looped this for the last half an hour. And the initial frame, the initial storm started all the way here. And within 30 minutes, it's moved about 40 miles.
Yeah, it's booking it.
So it really is booking it. And this is a hard day, to kind of track stuff because they are moving so quickly. Are you getting anything on your end? Do you see anything on the radar that
no, I'm
not seeing here?
I'm not catching anything else different. Again, it's that one section of that line that's really been concerning here, where we have that area of rotation, and that's where that possible tornado could be embedded. And that's the thing, too, with these storms today, folks. They are going to be moving so fast, and they're also going to have so much torrential rain attached to them that you are not going to be able to clearly see any tornadoes that do develop. We're going to be relying very heavily on what we're seeing on the radar to try to give you some of that heads up. And again, these will be impacting areas very quickly. Again, we were just talking about this down toward Flint Hill. This has now moved already up toward the Asheville and Hume areas. It already has crossed through Hume, this possible area of rotation where we have that red and the green coming together. And then we're also keeping an eye on the southern extent of this down near Vernon Mills and Clark's Corner, riding right up along through Ada and eventually to Marshall there, right along the I-66 corridor. So this is getting ready to cross I-66 in northern Fauquier County before it makes its way into Loudoun County. And again, folks, we have this active tornado warning. It's radar indicated. It goes until 11 a.m. And at this point, it has been dropped out of Culpeper County. But the main part of this storm, it's also now basically out into Fauquier County. That's where the main impacts are going to be felt. And again, this storm is going to be moving its way ever so quickly to the north and east. The northern part of this line is already impacting Upperville. And again, we're going to see this impacting the Plains and then Middleburg within the next 10 to 15 minutes. So if I'm shouting out your location, you definitely want to get into that interior room of your house, try to grab something to protect your head, and again, just try to avoid being near the outdoors as much as possible. So again, this is a dangerous line of thunderstorms. We have the one tornado warning attached, a severe severe thunderstorm warning is in place for the rest of this line. And unfortunately, Scott, this is just the start of what is likely to be a very long day across the viewing area with these severe thunderstorms.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we'll just widen out here. Of course, I put on the tracker here to give indication of some of those cities and towns that are upcoming to see this potential tornado and the storm with it. Upperville is right now. The Plains at 11 o'clock. Middleburg at 11:03. They just updated this. Philemont at 11:04 and Percival at 11:06. So if you're listening to me in any one of these cities, take shelter right now. This is going to be upon you in no time because it is racing off to the northeast at roughly 50 to 60 miles an hour. You know, there's plenty of lightning associated with this surrounding this storm, and there's some pretty intense rain as well. The rain that you see here is coming down. Wherever you see a little bit of purple, I'll highlight that down here at the southern end of it. Wherever you see a little purple in the line, that is where the most intense rain is coming. But any of this deep maroon red shade of color is certainly intense enough across the region. And I did point out before that there have been some weak levels and even a little bit of a stronger rotation detector here within that overall line. As we zoom on down, the stronger rotation within the line is noted here in between Ada Road, and Morgantown at this point in time. It's this shade of color right here, like I said. So this has got to be watched, you know, and of course, thankfully, though, you know, the positive news is that we do have this happening right now, so it's visible and not at night.
Correct. And I will say, Scott, I think we just had an update. If you want to try to pull it up here, the tornado watch. We just had a tornado watch issued for the DMV. I just got that alert on my phone. So, I mean, obviously, we are tracking an active tornado warning at this point, but now the National Weather Service has issued a tornado watch. Now, clearly, we knew that we were going to be watching for the possibility of tornadic storms. We already have one, but here you see it in this dark shade of red, basically from the I-81 corridor from Washington down through Frederick County in Virginia, all the way over to the Chesapeake. That's where we have that tornado watch that is now in effect until 7 p.m. So this is the first of what is likely to be several thunderstorms that could produce tornadoes here today. And we have that wider view now. We have thunderstorms we're watching down across southern Maryland, but this is the main batch of activity at this hour where we have severe warnings, one tornado warning, as a matter of fact, and that goes until 11 a.m. across northern Fauquier County. The northern extent of this line is not showing as much of a sign of gaining some rotation as you go up toward Morgan, Berkeley, Jefferson, and Washington counties. Things are relatively tame for now, but we'll have to keep an eye on the northern part of this line. But again, it's down through the heart of Fauquier County where we do have that active tornado warning. So that was the one update I just saw come in from the National Weather Service there, Scott, but obviously this is just going to be the first batch of many more to come. And again, we're watching this as it tracks on toward Loudoun County in due time. But here's the expansiveness of that storm system. Here is one batch of severe storms we're dealing with, but looking off to the south through southwestern Virginia, parts of North Carolina, they're already dealing with multiple tornado warnings with these storms out ahead of the main cold front. So that's sort of the latest as far as a wider perspective is concerned here. But again, right now, our main concern is in Fauquier County, Scott, as this thing is now crossing I-66 as we speak.
Yeah, absolutely here, Damon. And I'm checking the chat here to see if anything has come down, anything new with this. And I mean, they've chopped away a little bit of the severe thunderstorm warning, which surrounds it. But let me see here. This just came down. No, that's a little old. So no, nothing new out of the Weather Service here or the Weather Service chat pertaining to that warning. So again, do your due diligence. Stay safe. Get it into interior of your home. Stay away from windows. And of course, I mean, you know, we've got a lot of threats on the line. We have hail also as a possibility. As a matter of fact, I haven't even checked that. We'll need to check that hail, see if there's any sort of hail. There is. A little bit, yeah. There is a bit of a trail of hail with this particular line of storms. But again, it is the tornadic aspect and the spinning within the overall line here that is a possibility. And you have something new?
Well, if you want, can we flip me over to velocity here?
Yeah, sure.
So we obviously want to keep track of where that rotation is, but I was just noticing, at least on my phone as well. We have some very intense winds right about here between Delaplane and Frogtown is where we could have that possible area of rotation. But even the storm winds themselves, outside of any rotation, I'm seeing the possibility of 60, even 70 mile per hour wind gusts potentially coming in. Our system's not quite picking up on that here, but again, there it is, right in here, right along Route 17. We probably have 50 to 60 mile per hour winds. So yeah, we're at least possibly seeing some wind damage out of this storm. I know the main threat right now is that possibility of a tornado, but I mean right here, those wind gusts are easily enough to knock down trees, knock down power lines. So even if we don't see a tornado out of this is a very dangerous storm. Now here it goes. It's still intensifying and it's about to exit out of this tornado warning. But again, the track on this takes it now right up through Route 50 between Upperville and Middleburg. That's going to be arriving here within the next 5 to 10 minutes. Again, this tornado warning goes until 11, but I wouldn't be surprised if they expand this, and then it's going to track through the heart of Loudoun County past Philemont, which will be arriving there by 11:13. So that's going to be another 20 minutes or so. And then you're talking about the Route 7 corridor, a very busy highway, especially in the middle of these weekdays through Leesburg, just off toward Purcellville as well. And then you start to approach the Route 15 corridor near the Potomac River there on the edge of Montgomery County. So again, we're keeping an eye on all of this area here, Scott, but right now the most immediate threat is just south and west of Route 50 as this storm crosses I-66 and begins to make its way into Loudoun County. I don't know if the National Weather Service has indicated that they're going to extend this, but there's the possibility that they could, the way this thing is acting, at least for now.
I was just going to say, we've got 4 minutes left here. On this tornado warning, moving out of areas just to the south of Loudoun County here and towards Fauquier County, really central and northern. Southern parts of Fauquier County, nothing is going on just yet. However, if you look a little further to the south here, Damon, we got in Culpeper itself some heavier rain and some fast-moving storms here. Thankfully, they have been below. Most of it anyway has been below severe, but this one just popped up. This goes to 11:45. This is in effect for Orange County, and of course it does go into Culpeper as well as southern Fauquier County where Morrisville resides. But again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning on that one. Matter of fact, let me pull that up. They're saying this is moving to the northeast at 40. With some damaging winds causing trees and large branches to come down. Locations impacted here: Raccoon Ford, Mine Run, Parker, and Everona. So those are areas there. But getting back to the tornado warning, they should start to chop away at this because this part of the southern end of the tornado warning here is pretty much tranquil at this point. It's the northern half of it as we approach US 50. And I'm going to zoom in really close on this because I want to see and put the velocity on. I don't know about you, Damon, but it looks like some of it is I'll do it a 30-minute loop. It has shrunken just a little bit here.
Yes.
And has become more of a damaging wind.
Here we go. No, we got the new warning right there, Scott, just off to the south and east. There's the new warning that just popped up. They actually went to the bottom part of this line. Here we go, right here. And this is coming out of Fauquier County, and it is going to move into at least southern Loudoun, if I have that correctly. And then it's going to be, moving over toward the Ashburn-Sterling area as well. Here it is, that new tornado warning box that just came out. This goes until 11:30 a.m. So now they've bumped this down. They believe that that area of rotation is on this southern extent of the line, right south of Edwardsville, moving on into the I-66 corridor. So this is our next area of rotation. We have 2 active tornado warnings at the moment. The one to the north and west goes until 11. We'll see if they drop that, but this is a new tornado warning for the same line of thunderstorms, but we are watching this notch right in here, just off of I-66 between Edwardsville and Meadowville, and this is going to cross that I-66 corridor and eventually move into Loudoun County. So again, we have a second tornado warning that has just been issued. So let me shout out a few of these spots in the warning if we can, Scott. And this actually does include northern Prince William County. Now that we've zoomed this out, we can see that right along the Route 15 corridor between Levy and Crescent. So we have Fauquier County, we have northern Prince William County, and then the heart of Loudoun County, moving back over towards Sterling, Ashburn, and just south of Leesburg. That's where this tornado warning goes. So now we're noticing a couple of areas of rotation with this thunderstorm line, and it looks like they're still holding on to that other warning for now, but this is the new warning that was just put into effect. Scott, have they said anything in regards to the second warning in the chat just yet?
Okay, so let's see. I took also the tornado watch off because there were just too many colors there.
Yeah.
Too many variations of red. Okay, so let's see. With regards to the tornado warning, the new one that goes to 11:30, they mention that it's near Warrenton, moving northeast at 55 miles an hour. And it will be near, if you're living in South Riding and Arcola, around 11:05. Immediately take action there. Leesburg and Sterling around 11:15, as you just mentioned. So take cover now. Move to a basement if you happen to have one, or an interior room, the lowest floor of a sturdy building, and avoid windows. And let this ride out. It's going to move fast, so it'll be about a 15-20 minute period, and then you can breathe a sigh of relief and let that go, because right now there's nothing much behind that. Now, with regards to I did see something else here where you talk about West Virginia, Berkeley, West Virginia, and that area. It's a severe thunderstorm warning, but they say that might be a possible tornado within that.
Yeah, I see
radar
it. I see it.
indicated. So, but right now that is still as a severe thunderstorm warning, and we're just focusing in on this one, the actual tornado warning here. So let me switch gears because that's the latest reflectivity radar.
And Scott, I think we have a live camera in the back, and I just heard from one of our producers. I don't know if you guys can pull that up and let me know again where you have that. Okay, we have the camera that's over in this part of Northern Virginia. Again, there we have it. And again, we are noticing traffic is still getting by there. I believe this is just along and Route 50. This is Route 50, just out ahead of this tornado-warned storm. So nothing happening there yet. Still some cars getting by. But again, that's the kind of condition that the folks downstream of this tornado warning can expect. But folks, even if it is quiet, it's going to go downhill and deteriorate very, very quickly. So that's along Route 50 there in Virginia, just out ahead of this tornado-warned storm. So again, we have this tornado warning. The other tornado warning was allowed to expire at 11. So we're down to just one active warning, and this is tracking across northern Fauquier, northern Prince William County, and then eventually this is going to go into Loudoun County. And from a wider perspective as well, Scott, I don't know if we can zoom out just a little bit to give everybody a quick sense of their bearings. This is the tornado warned cell that we're keeping an eye on. This will be tracking, if it can hold together, across the Potomac up into Montgomery County next. But like Scott mentioned, we still have this expansive line of thunderstorms that goes all the way up into the eastern panhandle, parts of Washington County as well, and eventually this batch of thunderstorms will be impacting Frederick County, Maryland next. We already have a severe thunderstorm warning in place with a tornado possible tag. So that's another reason to pay attention even if you are not in this tornado warned area. We're going to have the impacts be felt all the way up through Washington and Frederick counties. And then here's DC. It looks like this batch of thunderstorms is just going to miss the district itself, but still, you want to keep your guard up all day today. You want to remain weather aware because these things are going to kick up, and they're going to kick up fast. And we have that one severe warned storm down near Culpeper that we have to watch out for as it moves toward the I-95 corridor. So that's the bigger picture here. But again, Scott, this is our main area of concern. I'm not noticing any sort of just pronounced rotation, but again, all it takes is a little spin up to cause some significant damage, and that's what we have to pay attention to here today.
Well, this is too, it's also coming into the Sterling radar too.
Right.
Unfortunately, the closer you get to the radar, the less you see of actual echoes coming back. So it could be a little deceiving, but you know what isn't deceiving is the fact that, and you pointed this out rightly so, is the wind velocity, because that, no matter where you are, it's going to be picked up on. And I'm going to get rid of some of these, just to give you an idea, and actually highlight some of the winds gusting from the line. So, I mean, you're looking at 54, 50, 46, and around the plains 55. So we've seen 60 up to 70 mile an hour as well in this line just a few minutes ago when I highlighted it.
Right.
But this again, let's do a little, actually what we'll do here is...
Think you can get a track on this?
Yeah, exactly.
Give me a whole track out here.
Track.
Yep.
And like I said, this is racing off to the north here at a fairly good rate. So these are the places: Stone Ridge, Leesburg, as we talked about, Arcola, Broadlands, Belmont, and Ashburn between 11:17, which is 13 minutes from now, and 11:23. So take action immediately if you're living anywhere in these areas, near these areas, along Highway 50, along Highway 15, because we do have a tornado warning that is in your backyard. So Aldie, Brambleton, Evergreen Mills, Dunland, going all the way up to Ashburn, and Sterling incorporated along 28 there. That's not too far from Dulles Airport. You're traveling to Dulles Airport, you be careful out that way.
Yep.
You have something new, Damon?
Nothing new. Again, this is where we have this intense line of thunderstorms, and we just pointed out all of these areas on that track because even outside of the tornado warning here, which we believe we're seeing that area of rotation somewhere between halfway in the plains, but on the northern edge of this line, as we just pointed out there, we're still talking about 55 to even 65, 70 mile per hour wind gusts. That could cause as much damage, if not more, than a weak tornado. So that's why, even if you're not in this tornado warned section in northern Loudoun County, from Purcellville down to Middleburg, you still want to be taking caution, taking cover if you can, which is why we're shouting out those same areas. But again, we're keeping an eye on this particular part of the cell and this line that is just exiting now Fauquier County. It's going to clip northern Prince William County and then eventually impact that Route 50 corridor just outside of Arcola before it makes its way, like Scott said, over toward the Dulles Airport between Sterling and Ashburn. So it is going to be very interesting. I think we have another camera here as well. Go ahead and pull that up if we can in the back, guys, and let me know. Okay, this is on Route 28, Dulles Town Center, so you see that here in the top right portion of your screen. Again, this is where that tornado warned storm is heading. Now, thankfully, I'm not seeing a lot of people on the roadways. I know today a lot of locations either closed because of this threat for severe weather, or there is that early dismissal as well. A lot of people could telework as well to keep people off the roadways and safe, so that's good. People are getting by for now right there on Route 28 near Dulles Town Center, but this storm will be rolling into that section of the area very, very soon. And again, a very busy part of Loudoun County is back that direction. So again, we're keeping a very close eye on that as time rolls on. But again, we have one active tornado warning. They just trimmed that back. It looks like it's almost completely out of Fauquier County. The area of rotation is going to be just off of the plains, right in here, down toward Bull Run Mountain Estates. That's where we have this little area here in between Crescent, Antioch, and the plains. There it is, Bull Run Mountain Estates. We're talking about this right here. It's not very defined, so maybe here, Scott, we could be talking about this thing is losing that bit of spin, which is definitely a good sign, but still, the National Weather Service seeing more than enough to take heed, and I'm thinking we probably have 60-plus mile per hour wind gusts there.
Oh, yeah.
Right in between landmark.
Let's highlight that. Yeah,
there
64, you go. 65.
Yeah.
So absolutely. 56 down around the Hopewell area. Also, too, we didn't touch upon it, but there's some heavy rain. Thank goodness these are moving rapidly, because otherwise they'd be dropping 2 to 3 inches of rain within an hour.
Flash flooding.
So some intense, we could, obviously have that. That's on the lower side of things, the flash flooding, but needless to say, also something to be watched if for whatever reason these storms slow down just a little bit. But we'll put this reflectivity back on. And again, areas, this is a tornado warning in effect till 11:30. We're at 11:08 right now. So we do have another 22 minutes on this, unless they weaken enough in that 22-minute time span that the National Weather Service will drop it. But right now it is holding its own. It's got the winds that we talked about, and places, obviously we like to do the hyper-local thing. So let's get right down to street level, take a look at who's going to be impacted here. We're talking Bull Run Mountain Estates region, Mountain Road, Forest Lake area. If you're living off of the James Madison Highway over towards the Hickory Grove Acres region, that's an area that's going to be watched very quickly within the next 5 minutes. Moving a little further to the north, Bowmantown. If you're hearing my voice now, take action now. We've got some intense rain, quite a bit of lightning associated with this, and as we widen out just a little bit, there is quite a bit of lightning here. And then, of course, we do have the actual, what we call skits. So this is going to give you an idea of who's going to be impacted within the time frame. Again, this whole storm cell around this skit is moving to the northeast at 64 miles an hour. The width of the storm is 17 miles wide, and it has a little bit of hail with it. Probably pea size if you see some hail, very small hail at that, but gusty winds associated with it. Broadlands, Belmont, Ashburn, Leesburg, down through Lansdowne between now and 11:21. This has just been updated. Adamstown, 11:33. You're living in Germantown, 11:34, and down towards Green Valley, 11:38. That's what and who's going to be impacted with this. Damon?
Yeah, and again, Scott, you mentioned how this is a thin line of thunderstorms. It is not going to last very long, but it is going to pack an extreme punch. Even for that 10 to 15 minutes, you'll go from extremely quiet like it is right now around the Brambleton and Ashburn areas to just rapidly deteriorating conditions with those intense winds. Yes, that possibility of a spin-up tornado as well, frequent lightning, and you're also looking at hail as well with this storm. So this is going to be a heavy, heavy thumper, if you will, with this storm rolling through. And look at the hail that's being produced mostly on the northern side of this cell outside of that tornado warning. So all threats are on the table. Even if you are not included in this tornado warning, you want to be seeking shelter. If you're back up toward Leesburg, Lansdowne, like we said, and then we've already shouted it out, parts of Montgomery County over toward Poolesville, across the Potomac. That's where this is heading next. And Scott, this is not what we want to see right here. Looks like two areas of possible rotation now really showing up. One of these right off of Route 15, just north of Aldie, and then you have this other that is down to the south off Route 15, just outside of Levy. I would imagine that's where they're still seeing some rotation. I'm still seeing a little bit of it here, but even still, you're talking about straight line wind gusts approaching 60, if not breaking past 60 miles per hour there. So this line of storms, it's crossing Route 15 as we speak, and then it's going to make its way past Route 50 here within the next couple of minutes, and then it's going to make its way farther into Loudoun County. So again, we have just this one active tornado warning. We're going to take a wider view of things here. That tornado warning goes until 11:30 p.m. However, we have this expansive line of thunderstorms that now it's almost looking like it's bowing out, and whenever you see that shape start to happen, that means the storm is gaining strength. It's gaining momentum, and we're likely to have some very strong winds even along the northern edge of this line, stretching from Hagerstown back down through Frederick County and down I-270 toward Germantown. And we're also keeping an eye on the southern part of this line. We have a severe thunderstorm warning in southern Fauquier and Culpeper counties. That batch of storms is going to be making its way into Prince William and eventually Fairfax County. We'll see if it can make it all the way to the district. But again, we're going to shout out those other areas down the road here because there's going to be additional warnings put into place. Cheyenne, can you repeat that again?
Yeah.
You said you have...
We have I think we understand.
Okay.
We have another live camera.
Yeah, we have a live camera outside of Brambleton. Here it is. And again, we see that roadway there. I don't know if we want to go ahead and take that full here and show that the camera if we can, but you can see the dark clouds off in the distance. That's fine right there. And yeah, we can see that the camera's shaking a little bit near Brambleton, the dark clouds off in the distance, so things deteriorating pretty quickly out there, Scott.
And within an hour, the storm has covered 6 counties.
Yeah.
6 counties in an hour.
Yep.
That tells me it is flying. And let me see. This is not tornado related, but the severe thunderstorm warning for east central Frederick and Clark counties in northwest Virginia has been canceled. So that's good news there. They are keeping the severe thunderstorm warning that had the tornado in it remains in effect 11:45. That's for eastern Washington County and north central Maryland. So that is, okay, yeah, right up in here. The northern part of this line, they're still keeping that intact right in through here. And where else? Let's see. We do have Frederick County, north central Maryland, Loudoun, north central Fauquier, and northeastern Prince William counties. So they're watching this too, but right now the meat and potatoes of it and the main line of storms is right here. This was over an hour. I'm just going to put it in the latest current laps to get people acclimated. And I like to do a little bit of a look down upon the area view. So again, to 11:30, so we have another 16 more minutes left on this particular tornado warning.
Yep.
Right now has moved past Levy, but now it looks like it has its eyes set on Swanson, over towards Stone Ridge, Burns Crossroads, and so we'll do a little track here, and again put that into play, and this is really racing. So Brambleton 11:18, Loudoun Valley Estates 11:22, Dulles Town Center, Sterling around 11:30.
Yeah, so it's going to be making its way too. Like, this is a very busy corridor in Loudoun County. It's crossing Route 50 as we speak. As it makes its way through some of these locations near Brambleton, Royville, and Carter's, it's going to eventually impact Route 28, also the Dulles Toll Road there, 267, and then you're talking about it making it to the Route 7 and even more Route 15 corridors in northern Loudoun County. So all those main areas, Ashburn, Sterling, Leesburg, all going to be impacted, and that is what Scott just circled right there. That's Dulles. That's the airport. So this thing is going to make a very close pass right there to the airport itself here. And if anything, the southern part of this line is going to impact the Dulles airport here within due time. So that's where that tornado warning storm is as we are looking out ahead of that. Go ahead, Cheyenne. I'm sorry. Okay, and we have another camera that we're going to show you all. This is the camera right near Dulles off of Route 28. Again, still a lot of people traveling on the roadways. I hope they are able to pull off here in due time, if at all possible. But again, you can see the camera shaking. Those winds are picking up. This is out ahead of that line of thunderstorms, out ahead of that tornado warning. So yeah, things are going to deteriorate fast within those roadways right there in Dulles itself. So again, we are going to be paying close attention to that, but this is that one tornado warning we still have for the next 15 minutes. If you've heard us shout out your part of Loudoun County, your town potentially, or you know somebody in any of these locations, give them a quick call, a quick text, let them know they need to seek shelter right now. We have a tornado warned storm that, whether or not it's producing an actual tornado, it's still packing an insane punch with 60+ mile-an-hour winds. Look at how intense that rainfall is. There's going to be some hail mixed into this, so several different threats. And there you go. Scott just pointed it out. This line of storms is only about 5 miles west of Dulles as we speak. So I don't know if we have an update there, but I'd imagine they may have put everything to a ground stop out there, Scott, potentially, if anything.
Absolutely. That is a possibility.
Yeah.
You do not want to be in an airplane at this point. They will probably bring those planes, if they're on the tarmac, back, or on the runway back to the tarmac. Let's see. I'm looking to see if there's any update. Okay, tornado warning for southeastern Loudoun, north central Fauquier, northwestern Prince William counties has been canceled.
Okay, so they just dropped it.
So they just dropped that.
Good.
The storm which prompted the warning has weakened below severe limits. So that's some good news. Again, a general tornado watch is in effect till 7 o'clock this evening, and I know we haven't talked about that, but that is something to think of, because let me do a little wide view, because I want to see if there's anything.
I'm not seeing anything else tornado warned. If that warning was dropped, then we are free and clear of any tornado warnings at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you have to go all the way down to southern Virginia and North Carolina border, Danville, to see any more activity as far as tornado warnings. The stuff off to the east, that is pretty innocent as we speak. Heavy rain, but that's about the extent there. So yes, they just dropped that. That's good news. But again, severe thunderstorm warning for Loudoun till 11:45 and till Prince William till noon. So that's good news.
And we'll give one last overview here if we can pull it back to the green screen full. Yeah, basically we are still going to watch. We had 2 tornado warnings come out of this intense line of thunderstorms just over the last hour. The last of those was just canceled, so we do not have any active tornado warnings across the area any longer. But this is still a nasty line of severe thunderstorms stretching from Washington County up near Hagerstown all the way down I-270 and the Potomac. This is going to exit Loudoun County, move into Frederick and Montgomery counties next. And along the southern part of this line, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that was put out through southern Fauquier, Stafford, Prince William counties, and this will likely be pushed up toward the district here in due time. But again, these are all severe thunderstorm warnings. All of the tornado warnings have been canceled. So again, we will be here all day long. We're going to continue to track this, but for now, we're going to leave you with just these updates here. Again, severe thunderstorm warnings continue. No active tornado warnings. Stick with us. We'll be back on the air if more tornado warnings are issued. Stay weather aware out there, folks. Stay safe. And yeah, we'll get through this together here on this very severe Monday across the DMV.